Mycotoxin exposure in Europe is relatively low due to strict monitoring and control. But consumers and farm animals in some other countries may have greater exposure to these toxins. Climate change makes this even more challenging.
In some countries, where there is weak infrastructure and weak control, the consumer is commonly faced with a completely unacceptable burden of contamination.
Improving food safety globally requires that countries are able to play their role. So what FAO does at national level is working with national stakeholders to ensure there are effective mycotoxin prevention and control programs in place, including surveillance, for example.
EFSA's work in gathering data, expertise and tools in Europe helps to set food safety standards worldwide.
At international level, FAO jointly with WHO provides the independent and neutral scientific advice which underpins the development of the international standards by the Codex Alimentarius Commission, which is the food safety benchmark for the international trade.
EFSA's advice in the form of risk assessments. The European Commission uses that advice when they establish their position in the Codex Alimentarius meetings.
It is very important the contribution that we get both in terms of data and knowledge from the European countries and from EFSA itself.
This body of scientific knowledge from EFSA, member states, European universities and research centres is a growing pool of resources for countries across the world to understand and manage potential mycotoxin risks in food.
EFSA is working with a number of European universities on a project to develop tools to assess the risk of mycotoxins, from the way they are synthesized in the microorganisms to their toxicity in a number of species, mostly farm animals and humans, but also how do they occur in the environment as mixtures.
Mycotoxin contamination will remain a major global concern until countries are able to implement integrated and sustainable solutions that are adapted to their context. And the global community has a critical role to play in facilitating this.
This work on mixtures and mycotoxins can be used to train future risk assessors in Europe, but also to developing countries, bringing data, but also models and knowledge, and potentially support them in their risk assessment practices.
Working together at national, regional and international level, we can better understand the challenges brought by climate change and reduce mycotoxin risks to the world's food supply.